This damn game is only a battleground because you have idiots on both fucking sides of the political spectrum going at it. Hello, this is Mario J, and I'm back with another video, and yes, I do think there are idiots on both sides of the spectrum surrounding this game, but that does not negate the fact that we have another extremely stupid take from the gamer. And what is this take? Well, let's just dive right into this article so we can get a gauge of, yet again, the gem coming from Stacey Henley. So, without further ado, here it is. Hogwarts Legacy isn't out yet, and already I'm exhausted by its existence. Well, the feeling is mutual, Stacey. It is easily the most divisive game of the year, but the way it has been discussed makes it extremely curious, too. Often when games are divisive ahead of release, they fall into two camps. The first camp we can call the buried head camp. The hype cycle is maintained by positivity, by excitement, by the desire to always consume something new. For games that fall into this camp, fans will ignore crunch or union busting or sexual harassment or whatever behind-the-scenes issue causes this sense of division. They bury their heads. Maybe because they don't fucking care. And maybe it's up to the companies themselves to deal with the behind-the-scenes shit, not the gamers. The second camp might be called the relishers. This camp arises when a game leans into its own criticisms, usually by relying on problematic content, there's the fucking buzzword, of one sort or another in the game or marketing. The hype cycle here is spun by controversy, and the fact that other people, usually SJWs of some sort, object to the game only makes fans want to play it more. They relish it. Hogwarts Legacy is both, but mainly it's neither. And this is the other end of the political spectrum, that I also have issues with, because they're the ones who are saying, well, just to stick it to the SJWs calling for boycotts of the Hogwarts Legacy, I'm going to buy 8 copies. You're still an idiot, because J.K. Rowling in herself is an SJW. This is just a case of SJWs eating their own, simply because J.K. Rowling said something most rational people agree with, if not all, and that is, women have periods, and she used the word women, she didn't use persons, or whatever the fucking buzzword of the day is for these SJWs on the same side as J.K. Rowling. They decided to eat their own. Alright, because she stepped off the groupthink. That's it. That's fucking it. Now, if you want this game, buy because you want to buy it. Buy because you're buying it for a gift for your daughter, your son, nieces, nephews, what have you. But not to spite these idiots like Stacey Henley. Because J.K. Rowling, if you fall opposite of her in politics, she's not a fan of you. She's a fan of your fucking money. That's it. We have some head bearing. When the Game Awards lists it as one of the 2023's most anticipated games, and I will show an article saying that yes, it is a very anticipated game, sand is clogging up Jeff Keighley's ears, eyes, and other facial orifices. He's just a fucking announcer. Who the fuck cares about Jeff Keighley? Really, honestly. We also have some relishers. Whenever the game is discussed, anonymous troll accounts will gleefully declare that they are buying 8 copies on day 1 just to prove a point. Not just troll accounts. I'm thinking idiots on both sides. But amongst the sand and the relish, Hogwarts Legacy has been unique. Only because you fuckheads make it a battleground yourselves. You're the ones making it divisive. You just ignored the shit and just said you're not buying it. But no, you have to make it a hill to die on. A significant portion of those planning on playing the game exists in the middle. They acknowledge the numerous issues with the game and seem to resent their existence. They are playing the game despite, not because of, controversy, and while they wish it would all go away, they consider themselves big enough people, good enough people, to face up to the issues. Not enough to give up the game. Why should they? They want to fucking buy it. If they choose to buy it because they want to buy it, who the fuck cares, Stacey? But enough to admit they are conflicted about it. It is bizarre and exhausting to witness. You might be asking, what are those so-called numerous issues? To which I say, don't demean us both, you know as well as I do. They're only fucking issues because you're making them issues. They were never issues in the fucking first place. Like this, the anti-Semitism present in the characters and the involvement of Troy Levitt only add to the controversy. Well, for those who don't know about Troy Levitt, here it is. Ignore the headline here. It's the gamer, because of course they're going to spin it one way, like their way, pretty much. But here it is. This is a guy who had to leave development for Hogwarts Legacy because of this, right down here. Okay? They accused him of Gamergate, running a Gamergate adjacent YouTube video. And what did he have the audacity to make on his own personal YouTube channel? In defense of John Lasseter, 12 script changes to save The Last Jedi, the myth of the male gaze in video games, it's okay to be a gamer, the injustice of social justice, and all that. They forced him to leave. Alright? So ignore the headline there, but that's Troy Levitt. That's the controversy around Troy Levitt. Alright? But transphobia sits at the heart of it all. Yes, because J.K. Rowling said one rational fucking thing recently, that women have periods, and she got eaten by the people she catered to for years. As I've written about previously, Hogwarts Legacy is a game tainted by J.K. Rowling. Despite being the most beloved author of the modern era, Rowling currently dedicates her time almost exclusively to transphobia. A quick check of her Twitter profile, a hazmat suit is recommended, I need a hazmat suit going through this fucking gamer article, shows constant streams of gender-critical literature and quote tweets designed to dogpile trans activists. Mentions of Harry Potter or her significantly less successful adult novels are few and far between. Because you keep tagging her and shit, so she responds. Big fucking whoop. Trans people existing is a common theme of villainy in her post-Potter work too. J.K. Rowling is not just a transphobic person, she is the most famous and most socially acceptable transphobe in the world. She's not an unhinged right-wing politician screeching about the Bible, nor a messy-haired Irish comedy writer crying that his wife has left him because of his trans obsession. She is a respected author, a congenial British national treasure, and, this major issue aside, famously liberal in her political issues, because she is literally on the left of the spectrum. She is pretty much far left. History of her tweets and sayings and quotes. You have no, there's no two ways about it. She is an SJW. She just happened to say something that other SJWs did not agree with. She is the greatest figurehead the anti-trans movement in Britain has. It does not have the hearts and minds of the people, as several surveys show, but it does own the press. And while hearts and minds are staying firm, fists of the dissenters are being thrown. Violence against trans people continues to rise. I really hate this site. Buying Hogwarts Legacy is not the same as punching a trans person in the face. I know what I'd like to do to you, Stacy. It's easy to rationalize that this does no harm. J.K. Rowling is already rich. Harry Potter is already one of the biggest franchises in the world, and you're just one person. It's most people's rationale. You personally boycotting it isn't going to tank the game, right? This is what these people in the middle think. Yeah, one person boycotting it is not going to tank the game, and I will show an article reflecting that. They don't agree with J.K. Rowling, they don't enjoy the controversy around the game, but they just love Harry Potter. Yeah, just fucking let them buy the game because they love Harry Potter. Is it that fucking hard for these people? They want to play Harry Potter. They want it, so they're going to do it. That's all that matters. Yes, it's all that should fucking matter. Supporting trans people ultimately puts you on the right side of history. No! You support people. Alright? Okay? All lives matter. That's what put you on the right side of history, not supporting one particular sect of the demographic. Even amidst the violence, trans acceptance is growing and the anti-trans movement is eating itself as nice, congenial, previously liberal JK lights find themselves increasingly uncomfortable with the right-wing and misogynist company their ideology keeps. Fucking Christ almighty. It's easy to do. It doesn't take much courage. You can say trans women are women. You can point and laugh at Graham Lenham. You can claim Sam Smith just looks as good as Harry Styles in their sparkly leotard. You can say it even if you don't believe it, because it doesn't cost you anything and it makes you look like a good person. If you don't believe it, why would you fucking say it? It's easy, but not playing a Harry Potter game is hard. Why would, if they don't believe it, if they don't fucking believe it at all, why would they say it? Just because it's easy doesn't mean that, they would say it. That they should say it. It's hard, and I say this without sarcasm. There are people out there who are only read 7 books in their life, and they all start with Harry Potter and the. I understand how foundational this series, either on the page or the silver screen, is to the nostalgia of many childhoods. I understand that being told not to do something easily within your means that you will enjoy and with no obvious ill effects is difficult to hear, because they don't want to fucking hear it. They don't want to be told what they can and cannot do. Like I said, I don't care if you buy the game, but buy because you want to buy the game. Not to spite these assholes, nor to support an SJW and J.K. Rowling. Buy because you want to play the game. It's as simple as that. Do not tell anybody how to spend his or her money. They don't want to hear it. Unless they do something criminal, just shut the fuck up, Stacy. They want to play the game. And I'm not going to tell you not to play it. You literally are kind of trying to guilt them into not playing it in this article. You've already heard that argument and made up your mind. I'm just here to say how this game grew to be so controversial. And only because of you jackoffs. Let's look at those people in the middle. They consider themselves allies. They support trans rights. Maybe they think trans women are women. Maybe they think trans women are deluded men in dresses. Either way, they say trans women are women because that's what nice, good people say. It's easy to support trans people when it's only the bad guys who hate us. This is the first time they ever have been asked to back up that allyship with any real action. I need a drink. They're not being asked to march in the streets. They're not being asked to place themselves in danger. They're not being asked for money. They are being asked not to play an open world AAA video game in a year where about 15 others will come out. Again, no one has the fucking right, Stacy, to tell anyone how to spend his or her money. So you claiming that you're not telling them not to buy the game when you are literally trying to guilt trip them in the next fucking paragraph to not buy the game, you are a fucking hypocrite. And they're going to fail that test. They might not bury their heads or relish buying it, but they will fail nonetheless. You're guilting them. You're literally guilting them. Or trying to. Hogwarts Legacy is so controversial because it's the first time many people have been asked to prove they support trans people. No. You made it about that. You fucking made it about that when you decided to target J.K. Rowling. There's nothing at all to fucking do with this game at all. And they've been found wanting. And yet you're telling them that you're not telling them to buy the game. Right here. Again, this first sentence. You are guilting them because they want to buy the game. The detractors are loud, especially on the internet, but it has been unprecedented pushback from people who so often found themselves in the right and yet now, by their own admission through long-winded statements of justification, find themselves in the wrong and has allowed Hogwarts Legacy to fester. But you're telling them it's okay if they buy the game, right? You're not telling them not to buy the game, right, Stacey? It is no longer just another video game, but of course it is. It will sell. It will be discussed for its graphics and its gameplay, which is it fucking should be. Nothing to also do with this fucking controversy, just about the game itself, which is being lost in the midst of all this. You look on Twitter, is anybody talking about how good the gameplay could potentially be, the character customization, the graphics, or anything like that? No! You would be hard-pressed to find anything like that. Everything surrounding this is shit that these people, including Stacy and the ones on the other side, are dredging up. And then we will all move on. Those who bought it will go back to claiming they support trans people, and those who rallied against it will find a new, more important cause. It just tells me that this cause is not important to you if you're going to move on that easily. But it will always be the moment when many people were asked to stand with trans people and instead decided to step back. Again, guilting people, Stacey. You're fucking guilting people for wanting to buy a game simply because they love Harry Potter. Simply because they want to play a fucking game. And those are saying, oh, you know, it's like, how well we'll do. Oh, like we're pushing back against, we're on the right side of history. Well, let's look at this, shall we? It is already the top-selling Steam game weeks before launch. It is already top-selling. It is already high on the Steam charts. Look at this. Number 4. Right behind Steam Deck, Elden Ring, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 on people's wish lists. Or pre-orders. Or not pre-orders, but orders. Look at this. So, it's going to sell. It is going to sell. There was never really any doubt about that. It's a Harry Potter game. It's a Harry Potter game. And Harry Potter is still popular. It's going to sell. But again, if you're going to buy it, if you're going to purchase this game at all, purchase because either you want to play it or you're purchasing it for someone who wants to play it, not to stick it to any of this controversy one way or another. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Are you planning on purchasing this game? Are you not planning on purchasing this game? If you are planning on purchasing it, what essentially prompted you to purchase it? Did you just love the Harry Potter franchise as a whole? Did you like the gameplay that you saw, despite the fact that it was still a work in progress? Do you like the character customization? Do you like the fact that you can explore Hogwarts? All that fun stuff. Let me know all that down in the comments below. I'll be live on Twitch later on tonight. I don't know what time. Trying to figure it out with other people if we're playing Warzone or not. So I'll basically determine what game I'm playing based on that once that's all settled. So look for that tweet from me, because I'm out of Twitter jail, later on this evening when I know for sure when I will be playing or when I will be going live. So, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. This is Mara Jade. Catch you on the dark side. And doesn't matter what side you fall on, Hogwarts Legacy is not the fucking hill to die on.